That's not a cut. That's a slice.
Now this is a quack hook.
Oh,
Short
wow.
and into the right rough, headed to the trees.
Oh my God, it's a shank. He decided to re-tee. That's a shank. Oh, man.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a holiday edition of the Two-Way Miss podcast. Thank you for being with us wherever and whenever you might be listening or watching. As always, I'm one of the co-hosts of your show, Regz, and I am always joined by the good buddy Banksy, wearing his tiger red tonight. I love it. How you doing, buddy?
I'm well. Thinking about golf season.
It's literally 10 degrees and windy here.
Oh, it's just
So,
as
like,
bad. Just as bad here.
I'd love to be somewhere else playing golf, somewhere warm. Yeah. Oh, man, now you got me thinking about that. You've thrown my whole train of thought off. Thanks. But we are back. There's a couple things to talk about before we sort of wrap up this last pod of 2022 and lead you guys in to next year and the golf season that will be. We're going to talk about the match. We're going to talk about the hero, and then we're going to make some of our wildly successful predictions. Again, I think everyone really comes to us for those kinds of decisions and, you know, where they should maybe play their fantasy guys or if they're betting on it. You know, we're a real source for those people. So I think it's only fair that we give them the rock solid information that we continue to dole out.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said.
I say that as we just discussed right before we press record that the guy I said would play terrible, Victor Hovland at the Hero, won the whole tournament. So our trend in 2022 continues.
Yeah.
Always pick the guy we say will be terrible.
And my pick finished maybe in the bottom three.
Yeah, and I think
or five of the
mine
tournament.
was right down there with you. Yep. As always, giving you the rock solid information that you need. I honestly think if you bet all the people we said wouldn't win, you'd have done pretty well.
Oh yeah, we would have been retired
Yeah,
by now.
honestly, I think everyone, you know. So we'll see if that trend continues in 2023. We'll see how these predictions go this time. At least we know that some of our guys that we picked from last year just aren't around, so that, you know, they might not be an option for some of these. What do you want to get into first? You want to get into the hero first? Since that was sort of the first thing that happened?
Yeah, I mean, you know, huge build up, huge letdown.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not sure what else there is.
I mean, you know, you just every time you get a thought that you're going to get to, you know, see the big cat swinging the golf club and, you know, hitting some drives, making some putts, and then, you know, some plantar fasciitis in that right foot, so he had to bail out. So you know, it was fun to watch. And so, you know, when we're sitting here in the cold, wet, windy, nasty weather, it's nice to see those guys and down in the Bahamas enjoying themselves. But certainly a letdown not getting to see the big cat play and you know, listening to his interviews and the press he does. You know, I think he's tugging at he's playing with our emotions. You know, what 1 minute you think he's going to announce that he's retiring right on the air, and then the next minute you think he's, you know, prepping to win another major, and then, you know, I feel like it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Listening to him talk about, you know, how he's feeling and what his schedule's going to be like, and, you know, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? So yeah, just I didn't. Did you feel that way listening to him talk? It was like it's kind of just all over the place.
It was, and I think it mostly it just comes from the uncertainty of like what else is going to happen. We talked about this on the last pod that, like, when you have to compensate that much for something being so wrong with a body part, like, other things start to fail, which is just the reality of it. Yeah. And it did. But it was like weirdly like he had the most confidence in his golf game, but also knew that, like, this is an absolute crapshoot. I think he was confident. He's like, I can hit all the shots I need to. And I think we kind of saw that during the match and during the PNC. Like, you saw that he's not out there spraying it. Like we've seen Tiger
Right.
really lost, like with the chipping yips and like when he's just slinging the driver all over the planet. When he came back last year, like his wedges were like a good half club off. Like Tiger Woods is one of the greatest iron players ever. And he was leaving stuff short or long, like not dialed in the way we would expect him to be, just with the sheer level of talent that he possesses.
Yeah.
But I think oddly, he was like oddly confident and just sort of like bummed out that something else had come up that he couldn't get out there.
And that's something too that has, varying levels of annoyance, I guess. I've been around people where, they have plantar and they kind of just play through it, and it gets sore, it gets annoying, and then I've been around people that like have to shut down completely because they can barely walk.
Mm-hmm.
So, if it's hopefully it's a mild case.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do.
I kind of think it might have been the best thing that happened, that he didn't have to walk that golf course. I know it's not like hilly, it's flat, it's not the longest, but like I don't think we would have seen the same energy out of him in the match or in the PNC if he had to walk 4 rounds.
Yeah.
I just don't think he can't do that anymore.
Right.
And you saw the way he was sort of able to conserve his energy during the match and during the PNC when he's able to take the cart. He just has to step up and hit the thing.
Yeah, I mean, so the match was interesting. I mean, they got their ass kicked. Him and Rory.
I mean,
it's funny though. I feel, and it was only a 12-hole match.
Yeah.
Under the lights, which was a neat.
It was interesting
neat thing to see. They gotta like, they should have played a hole in the dark, right? They should have played, glow balls and play. They should have played a hole in the dark. But it's funny, like you look at Rory and Tiger and the way they play golf, and especially Tiger, they're more serious golfers, like locked in golfers, right? So it almost sees when they go out to these fun kind of foofy matches, I feel like they struggle because they can't. It's like, all right, we're supposed to be having fun and joking around.
It's not as natural for them, as it is for Spieth and JT.
So I have to try and concentrate, and hit good shots,
right?
But I also have to be like funny and fun, right? And I think Rory and Tiger both struggled with that.
Yeah.
Where like JT could play in one of these every
he could do it every other day.
Like, it's just chilling and going out and having fun.
Yeah.
Playing golf and Spieth's, I think, kind of the same way. Spieth's, I guess, probably a little bit more laid back and kind of just flows off of Justin Thomas's energy,
right.
being best friends. But it just seems like you put 2 serious golfers together to try and do a fun match, and it just I don't think their game translates well to the fun, happy-go-lucky, talking through the through the round, and so they got their ass kicked. It was neat to see. I feel like it was over pretty quick.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get 3 down after 4 in a 12-hole match, like, that's kind of tough.
I mean, but again, Rory and Tiger are the ones that bring the juice, though.
Oh, sure.
Like, I know JT and Spieth are popular, but like Rory and Tiger are the needle in that match.
Sure.
So
to have them mic'd up and trying to be funny and entertaining while still trying to concentrate to play golf, I don't think it translates with their
I think you're exactly right.
As well as it does with Thomas and Spieth kind of just
and
tags along.
I kind of wish that they would sort of adjust. And they've been doing better and better in these matches. Like the broadcasters have been getting better and better at them. They're not interrupting them as much. Like they're really asking questions about. I remember a particular like Spieth was in the sand, and they were like, Jordan, just like walk us through your thought process as you get in here. You see your lie, like talk to people through what you're thinking and what you're gonna do. Again, not everyone can execute that, but it's really cool to hear it. And I almost think that, like, yeah, like JT and Charles could just go back and forth that entire thing and it would be entertaining. And I think they have to lean into the fact that, like, Tiger and Rory, like, there's some of the generation, like, the most talented golfers we've ever seen. Like, just lean in. They'll talk about their golf shots all day. And that's something that they'd be interested in. And then it's like you said, but if you try and get them to, like, have a back and forth with Charles Barkley, who's very good at it. Like, Charles is a great person to have because he's so good at that back and forth. But if you don't pair him with someone like JT who can sort of give it back to him, you know, and really be on him and be natural about it, then it's exactly like you said. Tiger and Rory just seem out of place.
Yeah. And you know, when you have a situation where, you know, they get down like 3 down through 4 holes,
then they're pissed.
It's just like, what do you know? Then it's like, you know, you have, you know, you give each team like a wild card or something. Like this hole is worth double the points. Like if we win,
right? Or
know,
we all,
it's all tied up. Or,
if we go down by this much, we can make you play the hole with 1 club or something. Like
or you know, you got one like scramble hole or something. Like Rory and I are going to scramble.
I feel like that's what we're going to see in that TGL. Like that's going to be something where that kind of stuff's going to come in.
Yeah, just keep changing it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, look, you get to have those 4 guys essentially one-on-one, mic'd up the entire time, talking through the different stuff. I think those 4 in particular are such a good foursome to have do that.
Yeah.
Because everyone's interested in it. Every golf fan is interested in that. And
absolutely.
I think for what it is, I think that's sort of the best case scenario for it is when you have those 4 guys out there.
Yeah, I don't know who else. I mean, I'm sure you could get some other personalities out there, like less on the golf, but more on the personality.
Yeah, but if you're trying to get like the most people to watch, like again, Homo would be really good at it because he can go back and forth with Charles and whoever. But like Max Homa isn't the most popular player. Like those are the 4 most popular players in the world.
Right.
So I get it that you have to really like keep the cream of the crop in these things to get the eyeballs that you need to justify paying for it.
Yeah. And I still say like set up the course so freaking easy that these guys just birdie every.
Yeah.
You know, I think that first match between Phil and Tiger when this whole match thing.
Yeah.
Like they like tricked out the course. And
I know.
They both shot like 4 over.
They were terrible.
Like no. I want the pins in the middle of the greens. You know, nothing. You know, no hole, no par 4s over 400 yards, no par 5s over 600 yards, and let's just have a freaking shootout, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's but it was fun to watch. Some of the commentary is, you know, hilarious. Anytime you have Chuck in the mix, you never know what he's going to say, and you never know what's going to be said back to him. I mean, I feel like Justin Thomas gets a little, you know, he gets a little chirpy.
Oh,
He runs his mouth.
It's at Auburn, Alabama.
Yeah. So, and then moving into the PNC the following weekend, I thought, honestly, I wasn't impressed with Tiger at the match. He didn't hit a whole lot of good shots.
Yeah.
But moving into the PNC, I mean, he was taking a rip at the ball. Like he was hitting the golf ball.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, going back to the hero when he was doing his press and say, listen, I can hit all the shots. You just can't walk. So we actually got to see that, I think, at the PNC a little bit. Like,
right.
Dude was ripping the draw. Like he was hitting the golf ball.
Yeah. And I think it was kind of a bummer that Charlie was hurt also. Like you saw he had hurt his ankle doing something. So we didn't quite see him at 100%. Still, that kid's going to be freaking good at golf. Jesus.
Yeah. My gosh. Watching them limp down the.
Yeah. Together. Yeah. That was tough.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Charlie, don't follow your dad in the injury world. Do everything else, but don't do that.
And How about not roll your ankle on the range?
Yeah,
bro?
right,
Like,
right. How about you take it easy?
think of something else to say. Don't. I
Yeah,
hurt myself. Hurt myself in the layup line.
yeah, right. Crazy. But again, that kid's just gonna have all the attention on him for the rest of his life because
Yeah.
he seems
Well,
to
hey,
be a pretty good golfer, and obviously he's Tiger Woods' kid.
Tiger let him speak this year too. That was
Yeah,
good.
that's right.
Get him in front of the mic. It's crazy though how good these kids are too. Like, did you see any of Annika Sormstam's
Yeah, that lefty.
11-year-old son?
Yeah,
Like, who the hell is this guy?
crazy.
Like, I mean, that was amazing.
Yeah,
Like, he's
unbelievable.
walking in putts and hitting drives, and
Yeah,
kid's 11.
crazy, just crazy.
Who else was impressed? Like Nick Price's kid hit some good shots. He plays like 3 times a
Yeah,
year.
right.
It's
Even VJ's son, like I know he's older, but still, like
yeah, and they both can't putt, but they're good enough.
Right.
They're good enough at everything else that they can still win a golf tournament.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like, is that just that natural? Like, is it in the genes? You just have that natural.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure all these kids grew up playing golf when they were younger. And
Right.
Now that they're older, like, they do other things. But yeah, like when they come in and say, "Oh yeah, you just stuck it to 2 feet and making putts all over the place," it's like, yeah, he plays 3 times a year.
Yeah.
It's like,
What? Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever.
God, wish I could be that good.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're gonna keep that venue. That's a Greg Norman designed golf course. I mean,
Yeah.
Tiger was probably leaving scuff marks on the green every time he walked off.
Key in the shark logo as he goes by.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, just trashing the locker room.
Yeah, right. Listen, they probably never said it once. They probably never said who designed the golf course once on the broadcast.
I heard it once.
Oh, you did? One time? Okay.
I heard it once.
All right. Yeah. I mean, look, I know we didn't get to see him in the Hero, but I almost think that, like, hopefully betters his chances of playing more. That's like 4 less rounds that he had to walk. So I'm just going to take it as that. We saw him in the cart hitting golf shots, not very long after the Hero. So we got our fix in that way.
Yeah.
It's great to see him out there again. Hopefully he can just figure out a way to somehow limp his ass around some tournaments. I don't know which ones, but I don't know. The walk at Augusta didn't look fun last time. So
there's no way he's not going to be at Augusta.
No, I know. He's going to be there, but it didn't look fun. But
the encouraging part is like the dude's going after the ball. Like he's swinging and he's up there almost 180 ball speed. That's pretty good. He's going after the ball. Like that hopefully leads you to believe that the leg is good enough to push off of with what he needs to. The back. I can't believe out of everything that's gone down in the last 2 years, year and a half, we haven't heard a single peep about the back acting up. So that's good.
That's true.
I mean, that's knock on wood. That's good news.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great point. You really just hear all the stuff now with the leg. But the dude had his back fused twice, right? First time it didn't work. Second time seems to be better.
There's 5, 6, 7 surgeries, whatever. I don't know. He might be making all that up. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? He's probably got Android parts in him somehow. He afforded it through some robot vertebrae back there.
Yeah, MIT
demo
day.
Yeah.
What do you got for me?
Right. How much can I pay for that? All right. Well, I think we covered the important things that have happened so far. But as we get into 2023, we are going to continue the tradition of making our major predictions as early as possible. So it's not even 2023 yet. Yet we can hear the music of April, in the back of our heads. So we're going to run through the majors, where they are, who we think is going to win. We'll keep track of these. Again, for those of you out there who, are betting men or women, just pick whoever we say isn't going to play well, and you'll be fine. You'll probably make a lot of money. If you don't mind, maybe, sending some our way. We appreciate it. We'll put it towards getting Fairbanks a microphone or something like that.
It's on my Christmas list.
There you go.
I asked Santa for a microphone.
Good for you. Santa will pull through for you. I'm sure he will. All right. Let's get to number 1, the Masters. Location and course not changing. Augusta National Golf Club. Defending champion Scotty Scheffler. Well, there's already betting favorites for 2023. So 4 players are at 12-1. Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, John Rahm, and Scotty Scheffler. Who, Mr. Fairbanks, do we think, or do you think, is going to win the Masters?
And not that I'm picking any of those traders, but did I see somewhere that the Masters will be permitting
Yes, if they have qualified for the Masters, they will be allowed to go.
They will be allowed to go.
Yep. So we'll see Cam. We'll see Cam Smith, DJ, maybe Phil. We'll go back. Who knows?
Boy, that's going to be an awkward champions dinner.
Yeah.
Where's Phil going to be in the photo?
They haven't said if they're allowed at the champions dinner yet. They just said they could come play. So yes, the live guys, if they have qualified for the 2023 Masters, will be permitted to play. Yeah, the Masters sort of setting the precedent right off the bat.
Yeah, man, who am I going to pick?
This is fun to predict now because literally nothing is happening. So there's nobody's like hot. You know what I mean? We can't go off someone playing well over the past month and be like, he's going to keep it going for a couple more months. This is stone cold, just best guesses.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with I'm going to go out on a limb with a obvious. I don't want to say obvious, but it's like going out on a limb, but picking the number 1 player in the world. I feel like Rory has a revitalized view on golf. I think he's partnering with Tiger. He's in the spotlight. He's kind of the voice of the PGA Tour, leading the drive with improving the tour, making the tour better. It's the number 1 player in the world. It's the last major he needs. He had success on Sunday at Augusta. It's time to figure this out and get it done. He's the best driver of the golf ball.
Yeah, on the planet.
Length, accuracy. That course is just getting longer and longer.
Yeah.
They're stretching out the course.
Do you see they moved 13 back, the tee back there? Way up the hill?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It just seems like it's time for him to just get that done. And I think with his renewed passion with the game, his wedges got a lot better towards the end of the season this year. I'm going Rory.
I like it. Again, Rory finished second last year, so obviously that was behind a crazy final round. But still, finished second. I'm just looking through the top 10 last year. I'm going to run through that real quick. So Scotty, Rory, Shane Lowry, Cam Smith, Colin Morikawa, Will Zalatoris, Corey Connors, Justin Thomas, Sung J M, Cam Champ, Charles Schwartzel. Interesting.
What a weird list.
Yeah, really. Really weird list. But man, this is tough. Rory was a great choice, by the way.
And I hope and I'm trying to back it up with why I think.
Yeah. It makes sense.
It just feels like it's time.
Yeah. I don't think Scheffler's going to do it again. I think he sort of had his hot streak, and that was about it. Morikawa's not wasn't playing that well last year. I don't know if he's going to turn it around.
Yeah, and his putting shaky, and he's not. I don't know if he's long enough to hit the shots that he needs to hit at that course.
Yeah.
I feel like we always sound so good when we explain our picks.
We do. They make perfect sense, right?
I mean, it sounds so. It sounds so coherent coming out of my mouth.
It does. And it's always wrong.
It's always wrong.
All right. I kind of want to pick Rahm.
That was another guy in my.
It's kind of like you said. He has the length. We know he has the ability to just get hot and for the putter to really work well. And it just, I mean, again, I know he fades the ball, and faders typically, don't do well at Augusta, but I think at this point that we're kind of past that with how far back these tees are going. I'm just trying to think. Justin Thomas doesn't play well for 4 rounds at Augusta. Yeah. Jordan, I think, is still trying to find it. I don't think he has it.
He's changing his swing again.
Yeah.
He's got all kinds of shit going on.
Trying to think of younger guys, but this course more than any is about experience and being able to handle that pressure. And I think Rahm is one of them. I'm gonna choose Rahm.
Okay.
Going with Johnny Boy.
Yeah, and I think he, again, there should be some motivation there, right? Didn't have a great season. Had another kid, has taken some time off, spent time with the family, come into 2023.
Yeah, but that's all coming off being the best player on the planet for 5 months, 6 months.
Yeah.
Going into the Ryder Cup and all that.
And we've seen that before. We've seen that with, Spieth.
Yeah.
Jason Day, Rahm. We've seen all that before. Scheffler. So yeah, oh my gosh, what was the stat? The stats that you find scrolling through Instagram and are just mind blowing. There was a stat about Rory's weeks at number 1, and then just something comparing that to Tiger, and I probably shouldn't even talk about it because I don't know the stats, but it was something stupid. If Rory stays number 1 for another 8 years, he'll be within 2 years of catching Tiger. At number 1.
There's a Twitter thread that anyone who's out there should find. There's a guy named Justin Ray. He's a huge golf stats guy. Has literally created a company that works with ESPN and all these places, the PGA Tour, to put these stats together, for TV broadcast, for whatever. But he's always tweeting out, shots gained stuff, all the different stats that he's got. And then one time he spent 10 Twitter posts worth just posting the most ridiculous Tiger Woods stats that he could find. And it's stuff like that. It's Tiger was number 1 more than these 6 golfers all time combined. It's just crazy stuff. His shots gained in 2001 compared to everyone else. Just, again, the most ridiculous stats you've ever heard. But if you're on Twitter, it's worth, look up Justin Ray, go back through his tweets. He reposts it every once in a while just because it's so ridiculous. He'll just repost the entire thread. So you'll find it. But it's stuff like that just makes it ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the PGA Championship happening in May in Rochester at Oak Hill Country Club. Defending champion Justin Thomas. The betting favorite right now at 10-1 is Rahmer. So this one, I mean, Oak Hill, not again a place that everyone should be familiar with. Hosted a bunch of championships. Again, I don't know how much it's sort of changed over the years. It's like a sort of old schooly, really tight fairways, dog leg, stuff like that. So you can't really, it's not like a bomber place necessarily, but I think, again, with these guys, like they get the ball up so fast that like there's not a lot of angles they can't go after.
Yeah.
But essentially being the defending champion means nothing, I don't think, for these places that change venues every year. So I'll go on, since you went first last time, I'll go first this time. I'm going to say that our boy Willie wins this one.
Wow.
I think he's been knocking on the door. I know he got hurt, but he's back. He's healthy. And the PGA like is sort of, been becoming a harder test, sort of like the US Open. It's not the same, but it's becoming a harder test, and that's how they're trying to set it up. And Will Zalatoris is a guy that when the golf course gets harder, he rises to the top. And he's come in second enough times and been in some playoffs that I think there's a chance that he can grab one of these. So I'm going to say our boy Will.
Oh man. Okay.
I had to throw a wild card in there somewhere.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to get brought up, because we have the. I mean, if that guy could putt, I mean, he could have what, two majors already?
At least.
Jeez, who? Is that a place for a Colin Morikawa? Just a ball strike. You talk about Will Zalatoris, excellent ball striker.
Yep.
You have a Colin Morikawa, excellent ball striker. I don't necessarily I'm a fan of this player, but when does Xander Schauffele step up?
Yeah.
And win.
I mean, he struck the shit out of the ball the last half of 2022. Like he was playing really, really well.
Yeah. Who? Oh boy. I'm just gonna go. I'll go Colin Morikawa.
All right.
Ball striker against ball striker. Will Zalatoris, Colin Morikawa. Let's see if they can get it done.
I like it. I like that. All right, moving on to the U.S. Open. Everyone's excited about this one because it's at LA Country Club for the first time, I think, in a long time. I think LACC used to host a lot of championships back in the day, but still a course that I've heard a lot of good things about. Again, it's hosted Walker Cups, like a ton of different things, but finally getting, a men's major championship back. Defending champion, Matty Fitz. Your current betting favorite at 10-1 is Mr. Rory McIlroy. All right, you're up first this time. What are you thinking?
LA Country Club. Do you have any info on LA Country Club?
I don't, but I can certainly look it up.
The LA Country Club.
Yep.
For the U.S. Open. Who did I pick last year? I think I picked Billy Horschel last year as my.
Oh, I can tell you. You picked Colin Morikawa for the U.S. Open.
Did I? For the U.S. Open. Man. I feel like this is getting harder and harder because like these guys go through so many ups and downs.
Yeah.
Of consistency.
Mm-hmm.
And playing well. You know what? I'm gonna give I'm gonna give Victor Hovland some love because
Okay.
the guy wins golf tournaments. He just hasn't won a major yet.
Yeah. I
And
mean, he's won a lot of weird golf tournaments.
he has, but I've said this in the past too. He's like the guy, like you'll see him on the leaderboard, and then he'll be gone,
Yeah.
and then he'll be back on the leaderboard, and then he'll be gone, and then you'll see him like on Sunday, you'll see him back on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
So I think he's had enough time on tour. He's got some wins under his belt. Why not? Why not?
All right. I like it. Oh, this one's going to be, I don't know what to do about this one. You need a ball striker for a U.S. Open because they're just, again, I don't know how tough LA Country Club is going to be able to be set up. It's not like a Bethpage where I don't know a ton of, we know a little bit about that, but at least we know that it can be set up to be really, really hard. I'm going to be a little daring. I'm going to pick Matty Fitz to go back to back.
Oh man, we can't laugh at anything we say because
there's just as good of a chance that we're right as we're absolutely wrong.
We got to start putting money on all of our picks. We at least need to feel good about ourselves to start putting money on our picks.
Hey,
wow, Matty Fitz back to back.
Sports betting is legal in Maryland now.
Wow. So from the East Coast to the West Coast, he's just taken over both sides.
There's not a lot of guys who consistently play better when the golf course is harder.
Yeah.
There's like 5 or 6 of them. It's all ball strikers. It's Zalatoris, it's Justin Thomas, it's Morikawa, and it's like Fitzpatrick has proven over these past couple of years that when the course gets harder, this guy can step up.
Yeah.
And he's gotten a little bit longer, which has helped him.
Yeah. Still putts with the flagstick in there.
That's annoying. But look, he's done it. He's gotten over the hump of doing it. And I think if you're going to have confidence in any tournament, it's the one you won. So I just think maybe he just comes in with that confidence and goes for it. There's just not a ton of guys that have the consistency when a golf course is on purpose really hard.
Yeah.
Like,
because these guys can't hit shots.
I don't know how Rory is the betting favorite at a tournament where it's going to be set up as hard as possible. Rory doesn't play that way.
Yeah.
He just doesn't. He doesn't get his advantages on the golf course aren't amplified by difficult golf courses. They're just not. They expose his weaknesses more than they amplify his advantages. So I'm going to be a little bold and say he goes back to back.
Okay. I like it.
All right. The last one, the Open at Hoylake, Royal Liverpool. Defending champion Cam Smith. Rory McIlroy is the betting favorite at 9-1 because he won here in the 143rd U.S. Open or Open Championship at Royal Liverpool. So he will be the betting favorite going into it, almost 100%. I don't see anybody really knocking him off. Again, the Open is another like crapshoot. Anybody could win this thing.
Yeah, especially if the weather's calm.
Yep.
I mean,
Who do I think can win on a links course? Or Royal Liverpool isn't that linksy. Man.
Yeah, it's all dependent on the weather. We just don't. We haven't had super
Yeah.
weather the last couple years. I know who won it. Shane Lowry, did he beat Kepka? And they had some tough weather. I mean, it's so dependent on the weather.
Yeah.
I mean, I know who I'm picking.
I'm going to pick Rory.
Oh, you dog.
Did I take yours?
I was gonna pick Rory too, but
We can pick the same person. We did it for the Open last year. We both picked Spieth, which was, again, a terrible pick.
yeah, not good. Not good. You know what? That's okay. You take Rory. I'm gonna take John Rahm for this one.
Okay. I like that.
Yep.
I like that. All right. To recap, for the Masters, I picked John Rahm. You picked Rory McIlroy. PGA Championship, I picked our boy Willie Zalatoris. You picked Colin Morikawa. For the U.S. Open, I picked Matty Fitz going back to back. You picked Victor Hovland. And for the Open Championship, I picked Rory McIlroy and you picked John Rahm. So if you're playing at home, just don't pick those people.
Find someone else.
Maybe
to
find
pick.
a bet for them to finish like bottom 20 and you'll be great. You'll make some money off of that. So that is saved in our little Google Doc for perpetuity. So we can go over that, when the time comes. Always fun to make the predictions, just absolutely having no information.
Yeah. Do we get to reseed everything closer to the time, or is this?
Oh no, this is it.
This is it, baby.
We'll talk.
Lock it in.
We'll talk about like who's playing well at the time, but our picks are our picks. That is it.
That's it. Okay.
There are no mulligans on the predictions.
All right. Okay.
It's great. That's what makes it fun. Because especially after last year when we missed on everything.
Everything.
Listen, we continue to just give you not great information, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. All right, man. Well, this is the last episode for 2022.
Yeah, we'll
It's
see you guys in Hawaii in a couple weeks.
That's right. It's been, again, another wild year. We've put out a bunch of episodes. We've like literally had we have 620 just downloads of the podcast as a whole.
Nice.
Like in only 47 episodes. Like that's wild. Again, this has been an absolute blast and will continue to be. So I appreciate you, buddy, for sticking with it, for jumping on and recording this with me. Always fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so we thank everybody out there who's listened, who's maybe shared it with somebody. You watch the YouTube videos, or if you download it on your phone to listen to it in the car. We really appreciate everybody who takes the time to listen and watch. We can't thank you enough. This has been, like I said, so much fun, continues to be so much fun. And just the fact that people listen to it and we have such a consistent sort of following that listens to it will always be crazy to me.
Yeah.
Oh, will never stop being crazy to me. But if you're out there, please enjoy your holidays, be safe, enjoy your time with family and friends. We will be back. I mean, we'll be back next week. Like Fairbanks sort of told me before we started, he's not doing anything next week, so he doesn't have any plans. So we'll be back. Hopefully next week we'll shoot for Wednesday, or Friday. We seem to be just balancing out some practice schedules, but we will figure it out. We will get you another podcast as we start 2023. But thank you for an unbelievable 2022. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. All our podcasts are recorded in video form, so you can see it all in there. Just click that red subscribe button. It's totally for free. And you can check out our other podcasts, Fixated. If you're a Philly sports fan, go check that out. Also on the YouTube channel. You can follow the platform at B&B Podcasts on Instagram. You can follow him at FairbanksC23 on Instagram. Be sure to follow Fairbanks. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at The Two-Way Miss. You can follow me on Twitter at Big Regz with a Z. Just thank you again for everyone that has listened, watched, press subscribe, rated us on wherever you get your podcasts. We are on all of them. Amazon, Google, Spotify, Apple, anywhere you want to get their podcast, we will be there. So please enjoy your holidays. Give hugs to your loved ones, and we will see everyone in 2023.
Yes, sir. Swing hard, everyone.
Oh, it's not a cut. That's a slice.
Now this is a quack hook.
Oh,
Short
wow.
and into the right rough, headed to the trees.